Hey guys, it's been a really long time since I've done a video in the car the morning of a visit because typically I stay with people, so we'll go in the car together. But since we're doing this vlog, let's talk about the morning of. I thought I had reset my alarm for 6 o'clock because it's typically set for 6:30, but I wanted to get up. I wanted to do some videos and I needed to put on these press-on nails, which one popped off, and then I was like, because of course I'm always running late. And but thank God this packet was really cool. It came with glue and it came with gel. So I used the glue first. The glue was already sticky because I broke a toenail, as gross as that sounds, really far down. And I was driving yesterday and it was hurting because, you know, the gym, running and jumping and all of that stuff, it's kind of hard on your feet. So I opened the glue. I was so glad I had it, and I glued it because it hurt. It was like all the way down. So this morning, I had a feeling this was going to happen. This morning the glue was pretty tacky and almost dried out because it's not like one of those that I don't know what brand it is, but you know it has like the push pin that goes inside of it. This one didn't have it. So then I thank God I have scissors. I always travel to visit with scissors, you know, if you have to cut apart outfits and take out underwire and all that fun stuff. So I took out my scissors and I cut it like lower until finally I got to the point where some glue was coming out, but it was still very tacky. So this one did pop off. I have a bad feeling they're gonna pop off all day, but you know what, I get an A for effort. So I got up, I showered, I did my makeup, I tried to fix my hair a little bit. We had a lot of frizz going on, so I just used the Mr. Right reactivating spray, and then I just added some gel. I forgot that this is going to be a separate video from the hair video. So for you guys that watch the hair video, no matter, I don't know what order these are going up, but I do have a curly hair product, how I do my curly hair video. So that's why I'm talking about that. Otherwise it wouldn't have made sense. Let's see, got ready. I made coffee and I mixed it with a protein shake, but I forgot that I didn't bring, usually I bring a shaker cup, totally forgot it this time. So I was drinking it out of like some bunk little styrofoam cup where the bottom was like I don't know what happened, but it was bottomed out. So I did the best that I could. I have an apple in my pocket. Actually, I cannot bring that in to visit with me. Don't bring an apple. Don't think that you're trying to bring it to him, which is ridiculous. It's an apple. They got them in there. But get the apple out of the pocket. Where is the apple? I thought I had the apple in my pocket. There it is. No, that's gloves. Maybe I didn't put the apple in my pocket. Oh, it's right here. The apple's on my lap. So I was going to eat that real quick. And then, what else? You know, I did my nails and got dressed and I came. The makeup always takes the longest because I had to follow a YouTube video today. What do you guys think? I have the Naked Heat palette. I've had it for a really long time. So I was looking for some inspiration. I like it. It's a little much for 8 o'clock in the morning, but from Jersey, so I got to pass. I don't like the way that this is situated, but it is what it is. What else can I tell you guys? I always, if you can't tell, get extremely anxious the morning of visit. I get anxious because I just do. I'm just a very anxious person. Is something going to happen? Is the metal detector going to go off? So I got a bra at Victoria's Secret, a wire-free bra, when I was shopping for Christmas for my nieces. They're at the age where they're loving Victoria's Secret pink, which breaks my heart because they're 12 and 9, and I'm like, stop growing. So they're loving Victoria's Secret pink. And when I was in there, there were the little bins of sales, and for $9.99, there was this one wire-free bra. So I got it. The thing is, it's a 3-clasp. There's 2 clasps, but there's 3 rows where you can make it tighter or looser. So like I said, I always bring scissors. I don't wear it on the last one, so I cut that out because sometimes here this metal detector is set pretty sensitively, so if you have 3 clasps then sometimes it sets it off, but I'm not sure if that means 3 clasps as far as 3 across. I can't remember the bra that I had that set it off. It was 3 across, if it was 3 across or if it was 3 rows of 2. This is 3 rows of 2. Now it's 2 rows of 2. I couldn't cut any more off because it would have been too tight. So I do have, you know how we do, I have a backup sports bra. I really like the way this one fits. It's from Walmart. And I have backup jeans because mine are a little bit on the tighter side, although I've worn them there 100 times. I just have a regular oversized sweater on. I'll show you guys my outfit when I get back, but I don't think it should be a problem, so I don't have any backup for the top. But it's literally an oversized knit sweater. I don't see how it could be a problem. So I'm on a truck. I'm gonna have to try to pass it. I'm gonna have to eat my apple, put on my lipstick. I used to do these videos. I'm like, how did I always have so much more to talk about 5 years ago when I was on my way to visit, when I was so shy and everything? That's because I made all of my videos when I was on visit. So like all of the topics that I'm talking about now when I would get questions and stuff, I was doing those like in the car and in the hotel room. So that's why, because last night I said, how were all my videos not redundant? And I would tell you how visit was, what my thoughts were. So this is kind of like a fun repeat of that, but I'm not going to make this one any kind of Q&A or prison talk topic, because I do that all the time already when I'm not at visit. So what I'll do is I'll tell you about my visit after visit like I used to do, which is fun, because remember when I did the video about how you shouldn't bring drugs into prison, and I told you the whole Hamburglar experience? That was one I was frazzled when I got out of visit, and so I talked through it with you guys. So, you know, hopefully there's nothing crazy, or there aren't any crazy updates there today. I know they changed around the visit room, and I know that they changed their outfits because they were just wearing their regular khakis, but they went back to jumpsuits and Crocs, which, who cares? It's no big deal. I know it's very humiliating for the guys, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. I know they're upset because it's a little humiliating, and it's a medium. It's not a penitentiary, but they're changing things to kind of make it run like a penitentiary. So again, grand scheme of things, nothing to complain about, whatever, but it's kind of like the rationale behind it that has people upset. So I know that a lot of times people are like, no air, no heat in the showers there, who cares? There hasn't been air conditioning in Arizona for ages, and I agree with you, both are bad, but here's the thing, you guys, it's not a competition. We're all here to get to fight for what is best for our loved ones. So, you know, I see a lot of, I guess it is going to turn into a lesson, I see a lot of one-upping as far as, oh, I have it worse, feel worse for me, or I have a longer sentence, so I'm better, or my husband's been in for longer, so I know more, I have more street cred, you know, all of that stuff, where at the bottom, the bottom line is that we are all sisters. And I was just on a call the other day talking about closing the empathy gap, and here's the thing, we're allies. We're allies. We don't need to fight amongst one another. You know, somebody was talking about how she was so upset that we use the word inmate. I love my inmate. Well, here's my response to that. I hate everything about prison. But at the end of the day, my husband's an inmate. If the shoe fits, if somebody called him a lowly scumbag inmate, of course my dukes are coming up. But it's just like, I'm Italian. Somebody could look at me and be like, oh, cool, you're Italian. You have really good food and great family values. Somebody else can look at me and be like, ugh, Italian. You probably smell like garlic and have a really bad attitude. At the end of the day, I'm still Italian, whether you view it as positive or negative. So, whole point is, the outside world, there's so much stigma, and we're trying to, unfortunately, a lot of times we have to not only live above the stigma, but we have to fight against the outside world and for what's right. We have to fight the system for what's right for our loved ones. So when I say things like, you know, I get nervous saying things like, oh, they changed back to jumpsuits from khakis, everybody's upset. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a complaint, and I will say that all day long, but it's just the whole morale is changing there because they're trying to bring it back up to a penitentiary level, which then all kinds of things start happening that are negative. Institutionalization goes up, racial segregation gets a lot more distinct, which means there's a lot more fights, which means there's a lot more hostility, which means there's a lot more hostility not only among the guys, but between staff and, here comes the word, inmates. So it's not complaints. It's not complaints. It's just fear. It's fear and it's hesitation. So just think about that next time that somebody says something, you know, like, hey, this rule changed, it's bad. Now, disclaimer, we have chronic complainers and chronic victims. Those aren't the people I'm talking about. Those are the people that need to be put in their place. Like, oh, oh, my husband only got 18 months. That's horrible. I'm sorry. Any time is bad. But I don't need somebody coming in and being like, I would never go in and be like, well, mine got 213 years, suck it up. You know, there's a difference. So know the difference. I'm almost there, so I have to eat my apple, finish drinking my water. I'm glad this kind of turned into that lesson because that was something that I was wanting to talk about and completely forgot. So love you guys. See you in the next